Today we are going to learn how to write a newspaper report. A few important points to be kept in mind when writing a report are: we always begin the report by writing a title which is appropriate, clear and factual. Next, we mention the writer's name right below the heading or the title. For example, the title, Confirmed COVID-19 Cases Rise to 114. This is our title, which we write in the center of the page, followed by the byline, by staff correspondent. Next, we mention the place and date. If the place, New Delhi, 16th March. If you notice the punctuation, the place and date is separated by a comma and followed by a colon. It is part of your format. You must remember to include this. Your introductory sentence of your first para begins not below the place and date but after the colon. You are going to understand how to organize the content of a report. When writing the information, we have to divide the information in a logical sequence. We begin by the introductory paragraph, in which we will answer the three vital W's. What, when, where. What has happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? Its consequences and effects. In paragraph 2, we answer the how and why. Thus, we provide a detailed description of the event as it unfolded. So, all relevant details have to be presented in a logical sequence and objectively reported. You have to write everything in an objective manner because you cannot bring in the writer cannot bring in their feelings and emotions to something which is a factual reporting of an event. In paragraph 3, you will summarize the events, the situation. So, you may end the para on a note of appeal, a warning or a recommendation, whichever is appropriate to the event that you are reporting. Do remember, do not forget the eyewitnesses account. Now, where do you fit in these eyewitnesses account? The eyewitnesses account should form part of your para 2. Where do you put in representatives of the government? What the spokesman of the government has to say, a government spokesman has to say. That information you include in para 3. So you wrap up on a definite action plan of the government. So, a quick recap. Para 1 tells us what has happened, when it has happened, and where it has happened. Para 2 describes the how and why. Para 3 ends on a note of appeal, recommendation, warning, and a quote from a person in authority. Now remember, a report is usually written in the third person, indirect speech, and passive voice. For example, he, she, it, they, them. Since the events have already occurred, the tenses used should be simple past, past perfect, past continuous. When writing the report, the language should be neutral, formal, and it should include journalistic vocabulary. For example, according to eyewitnesses' account, it is alleged, according to a spokesman, and such like. With this, we come to the end of our report writing module. Do remember to pick up the newspaper because some of the best examples of report writing are to be found in the newspapers. All the very best.